great many of you know, but a lot of you won't be aware, I write, record and edit these videos. All of them. Entirely alone. It's a ton of work and I make naffle from YouTube revenue, so if anyone wants to support the work I do for tons of rewards in return, check out my Patreon linked below, or even PayPal for a one-off donation. Thanks so much, and I hope you enjoy.
死んでない。麻痺してるだけだ。
Pretty cool, and not to mention gross way of doing a first-person view.
全滅してたの?
As the story continues, I'm really happy to see that it's more than just eating monsters and trying to save his sister, as now we've got this crew and whoever these people are, plus this dude.
霊よけの魔術だわ。誰かが接触したのは確かなようね。
Nice that there's some evidence left behind that they didn't just rob them blind. It's proof that they tried to look out for them as best they could. Not running to find our friends on the spot.
そろそろ髪洗いたいな。
We saw a bit of daily life in the last video towards the end that I mentioned. Now it's good to see a morning routine like this happening too. That's really rare in anime.
いつから洗ってないの？今すぐ洗おう。
Context. She wants to wash her hair. She said, "Wouldn't you like to wash your beard?" and gets no reply, and thus I can then win her amazing reaction. So glad that train has kept going past the station.
魔力を含んだ水はほのかに発光していて、遥か水底に見える城下町が。
The fourth floor, again, looking totally unique to the others above it, and legit very beautiful too.
いや、俺が抑えている間に魔法を。鎧だ。
I don't know why he's so against magic, so it must be a dwarf thing in this world, but it was funny to see them fight like this.
お前たちはマジダイに対して軽率すぎる。
Oh yeah, I did forget. He likes to take the long road, as it were. He did mention that before, but still keep the previous win due to the funnies.
なんでこんなに効きが悪いの?
There's something about him just not moving or even changing his expression that really got me. That was far more elegant and not to mention beautiful than I thought it'd be. Being nice to monster horses is always a win.
絶対に気づけない。
アンヌとはゴーレム同様長い付き合いだ。
It raises an interesting point, really. It is a monster in a dungeon. Are there examples where they're always calm and friendly, like he is saying, like this one? Let's see where it goes. Wow, that was amazing timing on the last win, but obviously it was still highly shocking to see it immediately dive into the water with him on its back. Also take one for Leos, jumping right in after him, and just prior trying to rope it before he got away. My boy is quick!
やめろ、アンヌ。
They did an amazing job of making this once proud, calm and beautiful creature look truly horrible.
ダメだって。
Two wins. Firstly, you can see how much she cares by what she's saying, worried by having seen the blood. But also I thought animation-wise, the whole event looked really good as they came closer to the surface and then popped out.
持ち主付きだわ。
口にあげよう。
どうした？
You've got to be kidding me! Either these guys are faking to try and draw them in, or they somehow got KO'd again as a group.
シルチャック？シルチャック！
Oh, so that's what happened! My god, this group! Not our group, but this. Are like the most unlucky. Genuinely beautiful singing from both of them, albeit funny how he interrupted her. But also kawaii mermaid monsters.
まだ何も言ってない。
So son. That was so good.
今何か判断を誤ったような気が。
He's so happy to be told he can use part of the mermaid in the cooking.
よーし、できたぞ。
I did say in the first video I wasn't ever gonna stop winning great looking dishes, and you best believe that that has bled into this second video.
おいしい。
Toots and Orbs!
ケルピーの油は神油に重宝されてて、 服とか食器にも使えるから。
Oh, she is so sweet. She did that for him because it would not only aid him, but also it's a nice memory, I suppose, of a monster he clearly really liked.
わかった。
So wholesome. Seriously. Like she really got hyped when he said he wanted to try it now because she worked hard on it. Oh, this is the most wholesome thing to happen so far and opens up the characters. How you can totally see that this must have been in the manga originally, now brought to life here. Look at his silky locks though.
なかなか気持ちがいいものだ。ありがとう、マルシル。
Pure heartfelt goodness that, and it really felt like they became a team here and started to mean something to one another, and I am absolutely here for it.
迷宮の生態系に影響を及ぼすだろう。やるなら一匹一匹狙え。
Man, oh man, it really is so much more involved than you'd think it'd be, and I love it. I equally love how caring he is about the ecosystem. Not only does this mean they're likely to face this new foe, but it also made me think there's always something bigger out there too.
嘘でしょ。
The thing is even bigger than I thought it'd be! Such a clever attack there. Like, how the mangaka even thinks it up is so impressive to me. They are all really insanely creative people. Our big boy ending the battle in an impressive looking fashion. Great teamwork as well, nearly all around.
じゃあこれも料理すれば食べられるな。
そういう考え方もあるな。
I know I've said it so many times, but she continues to have just the very best of reactions in this. Not to my personal taste, food-wise, but a great-looking piece of art for sure.
時々回復魔法をかけてやったら。
そうね。
しかしなるほど。
Hearing that music, laughing at the dialogue and seeing them all together, it's the first time I felt a real kinship with the entire group and felt incredibly fond of them all. That's a nice feeling. Thought it was a sweet ending with her casting a healing spell on him too to try and help him sleep. The concern they felt for him is nice to see. The elf was worried about not hearing his heartbeat through his armor, but also I do like seeing a direct continuation of the last episode.
入学初日に先生の助手を務めたとか。
すでに宮廷魔術師になることが決まってるとか。
Being blessed with seeing some of her backstory now, about how well she did in school and how talented she is as a mage. I also like to see how much realism is put into the anime via things such as this. Much better, I think, than making it all about the dungeon and not exploring the world at all.
例えばマンドレイクなんかは危険を冒して取りに行ってるでしょ。
Oh, the poor baby Shiba Inu! Finding out that his sister is really something else when it comes to magic. Like our elf is good, but hers blew up like crazy, which means she did an amazing job basically. First Butson view.
あなたいつもこんなことしてるの？
Huge contrast to the shy and reserved girl that she appears whenever she is in class and around others.
スライム！日の光が差してる場所までは来ないから。
Yet more just interesting tidbits about the world and its monsters and how they work. Have another here as well, as she, much like our dwarven friend, reveals how this place has a perfect balance.
そもそも魔術嫌ってるけど迷宮自体は魔術でできてるものだから。
ごえんな。
She's the best still, but he's really funny as well.
よし早くファリンを助けに行かなきゃ。
Good how there's another strong tie to the missing sister beyond just himself. Also makes sense why she wanted to come along so badly as well.
ほらほら目が覚めたんなら早く起きて起きて。
And of course I can't talk about hilarious things they're doing without mentioning her doing this. It's cute, but also so funny. Just like his fight at the end of the last video against the Mimic, right away we're blessed with excellent looking animation as she's suddenly attacked. going first person like it's no big deal! Really, really good stuff there. Smooth as butter with that really unique looking art style that they've absolutely nailed from the manga and brought to life expertly here.
水上歩行が切れてるんだから。
This story continues to exceed my expectations, as she's dealt a serious injury here. Up to this point, everything has felt very much like they can't get properly hurt, but they can. Rotating shot! Her biggest shot there was also amazing looking! That expert catch, and then as tense as it is, I still have to mention his face. Well, all of their faces trying to pull them back in. Seriously, you can tell how much effort the animators put into this episode. That entire sequence was amazing, hence all the wins, but yeah, they should be proud of themselves.
これ好き。
レバーだマルシル。テイル。
Interesting to use cooking as a way to actually help her feel better with no magic users around to help them out.
他のところも食わ
少し元気が戻ったみたいだ。
And take another for what I just wrote proving to be true, and it did make me smile too.
どこのドイツだ。こんなところで肉焼くバカは。
And even more interesting is bringing back someone we never got to meet from the start of the anime, their old teammate.
見くびるな。我々ノームは古代より神々や精霊と共に生きてきた。
Really cool to see another race being represented in the anime.
ダメだこりゃ。
このクソじじい！いつも私ばっか盾にしやがって！
I know they can revive people, but damn, that was still insanely shocking how it took her immediately out there. No messing around, she took one to the dome and checked out.
損傷さえ治れば元通り。
Getting a great visual representation of how people don't really pass away in this dungeon. Your spirit is instead tied to your body, and once repaired, if repaired, you come back.
やっぱ服の上からでも刺さるな。もう腕の力が入る。
I must say, once again, like I did in the first video, they nailed the music. Even this little combat theme sounds excellent to me.
そういうことか。一番厄介な仕事振りやがって。
お構いなく。
なんかいつもと顔が違わない。
テンタクルスに刺された。
Them winning this small battle as a team, but also his face at the end there, of course. The first one that includes one of the characters.
いやいやいらねえよ。こっちは食い物に困ってないから。
うまいのに。
For me, it was interesting to see an outsider's perspective to what they're doing, because since the first episode, them eating the monsters is all we've really seen.
ありがとうございます。ライオスも。何その顔。
Just had to include her reaction to seeing his face.
栄養がすぐに体調に現れることはない。日々の
後で聞くね。いや、もう本当に元気。
Whoever come up with that little segment is an absolute genius. They expand upon the lore in the most unexpected of places like here, finding out why she left and then wouldn't be able to join back with them. It's really in depth.
飲め。
え、あれを？
なんだその反応。
I can't get over the amazing reactions though. Him sticking his tongue out, him of all people, at the prospect of drinking the spirit to regain her magic is amazing.
来るぞ。
Getting to see the stark difference between a human's strength and a dwarf's, it was surprising. Such a simple piece of animation, one would think, and yet it looked and sounded so good. Oh my!
一緒にご飯食べてかない？
Nice to see them burying the hatchet, as it were, and sharing a nice meal together as a temporary group.
うまっ。具にスープがよく染みてる。 短時間でここまで火が通るもんか?
Good to also see someone from outside the group really enjoying the food that they create. That was very sweet too. She wants to be of more use and more than just a hired hand, convincing him to actually eat some food and join them. I liked it.
テンタクルスがたくさんいる場所はそれだけ空洞がある。罠や仕掛けが多い場所ってことだ。
You know, I've played a lot of Skyrim, doing a third run through right now actually, and this is the first time that I've ever thought about what is behind the walls of crypts and stuff lore-wise. As shocking as this was, albeit I'm sure he will be okay, I was more confused as to whether or not he was CGI or not. He looks so good, but I don't think it's CGI. That's really impressive. And as it turns out, his plan was a brilliant one. Pulling out the weed caused the trap to fire off. Nice meal and frog skin combo.
マルシルがこれを着たらすごく可愛いと思う。
かわいいかわいい。
Easily worth max wins. Her face, as they clearly tried to come up with a plan to convince her and decide on saying she'll look cute. Oh my goodness, that was god level comedy.
城下町。
ここもう5階だよ。
This is the 5th level of the dungeon. Am I the only one amazed by how each floor is so different to the last? Also, it's the fact that people lived down there, mainly the orcs, I believe. What a beautiful look at the city from up high.
取り立てて気になるところといえば柄が悪くなりましたな。
Witnessing how the poshies live in this world, quite a difference between them and the normal adventurers living day to day in some cases. Gotta praise the first time we get what I consider to be a rather large lore drop. We find out about elves and dwarves and their history, their tunneling and expanding the dungeon and so on.
魂を肉体に固定する魔術は今も謎が多い。その謎が解明されればその価値は黄金など目ではありません。
I did mention it before, but honestly, this is the largest moment of the anime for me in terms of storyline expansion, because now it feels like it's about so much more than just the crew and food. Tad long to show, but they got a resurrection office, which seemed weird, but also makes sense, and she was able to learn that his sister and her friend is not dead yet.
眠ってる竜になら勝てたかもしれないけど、今の私たちで本当に倒せるかな。
でかいな。あの高さを切りつけるのは至難の技だぞ。
そうなんだよな。
Much better, I think, to hear these thoughts that have everyone just so happy and merry to be taken on such a powerful foe.
ひょっとして包丁も特別製じゃないのか？
ナマリに見てもらえばよかったのにね。
It's oddly a mixture of funny and randomly cute how he guards his stuff. Stupidly tasty looking grub.
みんな本当にありがとう。
Honestly, his words there kind of moved me. It was really well put across. No flowery additional words for the sake of it, just absolutely what they did and what he appreciated.
次の角を右へ。
It's only brief, but they do some really nice looking first person shots in this one. I think it's maybe the 3rd such case?
なんて熱量だ。
Thank goodness they got their shields though!
え？嘘！
Her absolutely amazing reactions to seeing the plan not going to plan.
って作戦は？私予定通りやっていいの？
I really got a huge Konosuba vibe there from that running scene. Loved how that was done in slow-mo, especially her lifting off the ground using her magic. It was so good. Once more, the anime treads into different waters as the first large stages of the plan fail up to and including the most important part. What now? See, now that is so clever. All brought about by the mangaka thinking outside the box, and due to that, it leads to this rather hilarious moment of it taking off.
共通語は罵倒の語彙が少なすぎる。ポンザ、ドロルド。
He's just so angry and confused. I'm guessing because it looked like he just threw his sword away randomly. Shows the insane strength of the dragon that even our hefty boy couldn't so much as dent it. I'm loving it! And that one too! Genuinely didn't like to see him get so badly hurt right there. Really brings home the darker side of the anime when things like that happen. Put simply, that was one hell of a beautifully animated shot right there. I don't even quite know how they managed that, and so up close as well, but they did, and they get max wins for it. Don't even care what happens next. That was a stupidly great and entertaining moment that, again, was animated really nicely. Giving another max 2 wins for that one, he allowed his own leg to be bitten to swing down and get within reach, saw the target, and then hit it with everything he had. Brilliant. The animation on the dragon falling, plus himself now having lost his leg after the killing blow, but obviously won't show that. Baby Laos and sister! Really expanding upon their past as we see the first time she tackled a ghost and literally saved her brother's life in the process.
気にすんな。大人は魔法が怖いもんだ。ファリンはちゃんとした魔法を勉強したらいい。
Learning that magic is seen as something almost bad in this world, at least by humans, or also at least during their younger years, but also seeing how he encouraged her to do magic anyway. It was really beautiful to see how they animated them physically interacting like this as siblings, putting her head on him, holding his hand, kicking her legs in joy of the future. The first time I've ever seen someone get up in so much pain that they do a forward roll.
誰一人欠けてもこの勝ちはなかった。
一時はどうなることかと思ったけど。
It's a very personal win, but totally have one for this music making me smile. Reminding me of Kingdom Come Deliverance. Roll on early 2025 for the second game too.
しかし、胃にたどり着くまで一仕事だな。
葉っぱかけてみる？
I'm so glad they said this. I legit thought he cut straight through to the stomach and was like, wow, that was easy. But no, it's way more realistic than that, thankfully. They take it really serious. Look how far in they are.
違う竜なんじゃないの？
それはない。目の上の傷は確かにあの時の竜と同じものだ。
Damn, bruh! The shock that she isn't even in there.
人骨が混じっているかもしれない。
この棒って。
It's crazy how far they're going with this, but I really do love it. I personally think it's brilliant that it's more dark than cutting its side and she flops out all fine and dandy, you know? Definitely take one more for the ending there. Wow.
ただし修復には損傷した部分の倍以上のカロリーが必要だから、一緒に大量の新鮮な血肉を運んでくる必要がある。
Again, cannot tell you how pleased I am to see that this process is more than merely casting a spell over a skull and poof! She's back and huggies all around, you feel me?
まずは少しでも体を元の形に近づけたいから、私がファリンの骨格を組み立てる。
Just made me think, regardless of if this works or not, they're really so lucky to have her along, and yet, near the start, she felt like a useless third wheel.
よし。完成！
I don't even care, I'm dropping a win for that.
マルセル！気絶してる。
Little bit bloody to show on here, but definitely have one for the magical spell being cast.
よかった。
No idea if it's genuinely her and everything is okay just yet, but I'd be remiss to not give one for her returning to the world of the living, and in such a gruesome fashion no less. Insane! I'm actually going to drop another single win here for how well this was done. Like I said before, a wave of a magic wand and she's back would have been lame. This was awesome.
これは子供の頃転んで階段の角で打った時のだよ。
How concerned she is over here is rather sweet. Plus bathing scene.
戦士やめろ戦士
There are so many sudden and shocking moments in this 12th episode, but I love it.
生きてる。
あの一瞬で炎症もなしに？わかんない。
The lore only continues to expand and get better as his sister is able to cast a spell without even saying anything that protected everyone from the huge blast. Likely the final nice-looking meal of the video.
これが竜の味なんだ
He really does get into it, doesn't he?
すごい。すごい。どんな魔物を食べたの？
And like brother, like sister, it would seem.
なんで黙ってたの？
It is actually oddly kind of cute in its own way, but mainly the win is for that epic reaction from her. Queen of reactions!
少し休んだらすぐに出ていくから。
どうした
住人みたい。
She really is a sweetheart and very useful in being able to communicate with the dead like this. Her magical spells are truly something else.
もうしないよ。
That was so very wholesome. What a great place to not only end the episode but also the video. Big twist there, since that's clearly the one from inside the three paintings. I continue to love it. See you in the next one. Darth Weirdo, Fidji, Mal Liao, Mushwin, Nick Wyndham, The Elementator Wars, Christopher Willis, Emmanuel Gonzalez, Fancy Turtle, Kepan, Minimasher, Marquez, Nozomi, Orkeeper, Odabotanisi, Steelers, The Epic Commander, Bird Without a Word, Brendan Greer, Brian Bayard, Cameron, Christopher Tarasa, Commander Cyrus, David Freerix, Devicool, Doggos for Life, Dragonstorm 35, Guru, James Defoyer, Yor Edvinson, Kevin Alston, Cumfroik, Miora Night Sky, Mr. Mansu, Nightly Winter, Peter Milligan, Robert Jackson, Ruby Rose, Sataki Ari, Zions 44, Sean, Starkip, Tiger Lily Warrior, Alexander Schwartz, Ali 50, Amadillo, Arnador, Brainless Ben, Cecilia, Cedric, Cloud Garden, Dante's Soul, Dante's Face, Dark Lord Bloody Soul, Donald Newborn, Dragon Defender, Dragon Boy 1, Drake's Daughter, Iso, Francie, Furious Mo, Garrett Vermeesh, Henrik Jensen, Host Losritter, Israel Caldera, Joe Crims, Jason Davies, John, Jaffa 6263, Kai Wolfspring, Kelnock, Kevin Nelter, Kevin 102, Knuckle Duster, Cody Niemeyer, Kai 158, Carl Jones, Laxor, Laxus, Liam Gagati, Lifty, Lionel Schultz, Luis Minito, Marvin, Mason Stelfer, Matthew Blancet, Michael Lewis, Miran Ardron, Modavirum, Mr. Firecool, Nathaniel Gigramosa, Natsu Dragneel, Nick Monaco, Nick Pell, Nuvagown 1928, Oliver Smiley Reacts, Olive Wharf, Onyx Caliph, Oscar I. Lopez, Owen Halloran, Porgy, That's a Fish, Q-Flash, Chris Harris, Rimuru, Rodiz, Roll Tide Wes, Ryan DeViri, Sadaholic, Sakumi Iorum, Sarcastic Truth, Shadow Cleanser, Snowy, Stan, Storm 970, TRS, The Danish Muggle, Thrasher 340, Tomo Sandy, Vernon Hogan, Wacky Normal, Will Sass, Willyman.